Let's go. Let me know if you're hearing the audio. I think I'm good there. But the thing is, every time lives reset like this, there's little problems. Like they do send out the notification. So you really need to come good with the pressing like and all kind of thing. Share the video if you can. Share the video if you can with your pure maths buddies. So I was asking, do you all want me to do module 2 or module 3? I already do module 1 in the last marathon. And I was asking my students just before I came on the live, we do a request session today, right? So you all send in your question, I do it. Send in your question, I do it. No sending no copyrighted question, disclaimer one time. So you can send your question in any. Normally people is know where to send the questions. I don't need to tell them where to send the question. But if I find question incoming, I'll let you know directly where to send the questions. But I just don't want a million questions to jump at me now. I already have questions. So, but what module do I want me to? Module 2, module 2, right? So module 2 it is. So let's go. I'll press like on the video. Last time we had 100 viewers, right now it's only 28 viewers. It'll take a while for everybody to transfer over. You see, when they come on YouTube, they will get posted back to the old video, which is some kind of thing is messed up. Anytime I do two lives next to each other, things just go haywire. So they make sure and close off the live chat, press like, and share the video if you can, so YouTube will push this video on top of the old video that is thing. Alright, so what's this question? Module 3 trigonometry and plane geometry, coordinate geometry, plane geometry, that kind of thing. Now I notice CSEC doesn't really bring much stuff on planes intersecting each other and that kind of simi-dimi. But still revise it. It's a straightforward topic, it's like a plug and play question when you do the paper 2. You could get a little drastic, but then they don't really bring it in the paper 1. Anybody had them kind of questions, they could probably send the question for me if you have those kind of questions. Other than that, we just go to the usual styles of module 2 question you see in the paper. Now they bring lots of trigs. How are trigs going? I have a whole hour video longer on trigs for hard maths and for pure maths. So you can just watch those 2 videos now. Just refresh yourself on all the concepts of trigs. The most important thing you need to really understand how to go between quadrants, how that corresponds to this graph, and how it corresponds to a triangle. So once you understand those, sine, cosine, tangent, really good, meaning the root of trigonometry, you're inside the game. Alright, we're taking real long to start. Let me just start with a question here. What's this question? These are hard maths question or they send me pure maths questions, but anyhow, maybe you could come in pure maths too. So if A is equal to -3, 7 and B is equal to 2, -1, modulus of 3A plus 2B is what? What's the options? This is a kind of vector. The options are close to each other. Have you ever seen a question like this? Alright, let me do some shout outs. Satyam, Anil, Sabine, Poison Willow, Nafisa, Shania, Anil, again. Shania was here Fruzy earlier. I think Shemaine, what's up? Star, Alison, Alexander, Beverly. Alright, yeah, something is be really wrong when you do videos right next to each other, where YouTube need to fix that. Like, it doesn't send out the notification to everybody. Most people here probably didn't get the notification, or they just probably need to switch and come. Anyhow, we can still roll. People will eventually bounce up. B, yeah, this could come. Alright, so what you gonna do, boy? You work it out straightforward first. You just be like 3 by negative 3, 7, plus 2 by 2, negative 1. And then when you get the answer, hit them the modulus. So negative 9, 21, 4, negative 2. Add them soldiers up. You get 5, negative 19. It's a little crazy, but oh, by the way, you can do this straight up in your calculator so you can get the magnitude of vectors in the Casio calculator. Why is in the chat if you have the Casio calculator? 25 plus, what is 19 squared, right? 389 or something kind of thing. It's 19 squared. No, 19 squared can't be 389. 361. 361. The square root of 1, B. B is the answer. Correct. All who say B are in the game. Don't forget to close off the live chat and press like people. That's the way forward. Alright. Send me some tricks and things. Them kind of question. Simple. You could send me on anything you'll have me on. People asking about maths. This is a pure maths thing. This is a pure maths thing. Alright. Trigs. The value of there's a common thing. Value of cos of pi and 2 minus p is. Now, you notice this happening in pure maths. Pure maths is a big bad dog in the paper 2, but in the paper 1 it isn't that. I mean, you could get a few questions that you just don't know what to do. But generally some kind of, once you know how to do the question, it's like 1 second questions, right? So for this I'll be looking for ways to show a shortcut. I get some answers for this one. Cos of pi and 2 minus p. What we'll do for this way. You could actually use all the whole, go through the whole. You could use the whole cos rule thing and get through this. Cos pi and 2, cos p minus sine pi and 2 sine p. Get this 0. Yeah, you get through this fastly. Or you could use, what's the next way you could use? It's like you're getting negative version of p and then you add pi and 2 on it. So it's like you're going up a phase pi and 2. That might be negative sine p. Negative sine p or positive sine p. If you shift up by a phase of 90. So maybe if you think about it as either one of these two answers, maybe it's sine p, as the chat is jumping out and saying here. But I guess this may be the best way to do it. So you name the cos pi and 2, cos p plus sine pi and 2. The formula, straight out the formula, sine p. Knowing that this going to boil down to 0 and this going to boil down to 1 sine p. So the answer is just sine p. That's the fastest way. Another method you could do if you just forget this whole formula, you know what to do. You take out your calculator and you make up a value for p. Just make up a value for p now. Like you call p like, I don't know, 1.1. In radians, right? So you're using them kind of values. You make up a value for p, put it in there and then check and see if one of these work out straight up. Let me see if that can work. I like to show students these things because thinking outside the box could sometimes save you a mark. Like if you see a new question that you can't fight with. What do I want to do? So I want to say cos of pi and 2 And when you think outside the box, so you don't be too frightened, afraid of the questions now, afraid that you'll be stumped. You're always thinking like this question can be solved 2 or 3 ways. So you get 0.999999996, whatever, you keep that answer in your mind, and then try sine of 1. Oh, we in degrees. We should be in radians. You get 0.891. So now you're looking for sine of 1.1. You get 0.891. So because you get the same 2 answer, if you try cos of it, cos of 1.1, why isn't it chat if you understand this method that I use? It doesn't work. So you could actually substitute a lot of questions in pure maths. Pure maths, even more so than ad maths, even more so than just simple CSEC maths, you could kind of figure out the question using some kind of method. Next question. Alright, this person send a parametric equation thing. Well, yeah, I ain't eat for the day yet, so go easy with these rough questions now, man. Please and thanks. Yeah, so a curve C. I just want to write down the roots of it. The curve C is given by the parametric equation. X is equal to 3t plus 2 and y is equal to t squared plus t minus 6. Where's the Cartesian equation? Alright. And we options little while, 9y. So this is like, I guess this is like pure maths algebra, because the question didn't have too much deep thinking. I just had to do some substitution. X squared minus x minus 56 b 9y equal 3x squared minus x minus 20 c 9y equal x squared minus 3x minus 56 d 9y equal 3x squared minus 3x minus 20. Which one are they feeding? You all keep the comments in English. Keep the comments in English. I hate CSE maths. In some ways, CSE maths can be a little more annoying. As a teacher, like I prefer to teach ad maths. I mean pure maths, I still have to read some things when I do pure maths. So I prefer to teach ad maths because I can teach ad maths at the top of my mind, and ad maths is just like a tiny little thing to teach. So CSE maths is just once at a million and one different topics here to talk about. And other people just feel CSE maths is the hardest thing in the whole wide world. So every time I teach something, I try to put myself in the frame of mind as a student. So it's like a teaching from a student point of view. And to do that with CSE maths is be a little trivial sometimes. Alright, so what was the answer? Daria says B, Gita says A, and don't forget to close off the live chat and press like. We have 108 viewers and 61 likes. We have to make this equivalent. So we want y in terms of x. So what's the best way to substitute here? What's the shortest thing method we could use, by? Anybody have a shorter method? So you just make TD subject of the formula and substitute? Yes. But let's see if we can spot a shorter method. Like there's another method. I don't know if it's shorter. We could let t be equal to something, right? Preferably something real ridiculous, and we'll like mash up the whole equation. We can like let t be equal to, I just thought of this just now, so I'm not too sure. Let t be equal to 0, and you'll end up with an x and a y value, and those x and y value must satisfy the equation for it to be correct. So some people saying A, some people saying B, some people saying C is A, some people saying is A. Alright, so let me just try that method before I go to that long substitution ridiculous method. So if I let t be equal to 0 is 2 and negative 6. So I'm saying that if I put 2 in this and I put negative 6 here, it should work out. Understand what I'm doing? So I let t be equal to 0 in the parametric equation. They call these parametric equations because they're in terms of a parameter t. So I let the parameter be equal to 0, so I find the x and y value corresponding with that parameter. 2 and negative 6. When I put in 2 and negative 6 into these equations, the correct one will work out, meaning the left hand side will be equal to the right hand side. So negative 54, 9 by negative 6 should be equal to negative 6 squared minus negative 6, so that is plus 6, minus 56. So is equal to, I don't know, this is not feeling like it working out though. So how you all say A is the answer? Or it could be that my thing is wrong. Oh no, sorry, I end up substituting 6 for the x. The x is 2. 2 squared. Whew. That would make me waste. Like if I was doing this in the exam, I had to go through all before I realize my mistake. Or I might have go through 2 and then realize something in right with this. 2, because I need to put the x here now, right? I put the y here by minute. So 2 squared minus 56. So this is like 4 take away 2 take away 56. Yes, so A works out. A will work. So I feel like that method faster. What do you feel? That was faster, right? It might be just about the same time if the answer is like D. And you have to work through all of them. But it's not hard to work through it. You can probably do it. Some people can probably do it in their mind and just feel out which one looking like the best one and then double check it in the calculator. Or you use the paper 2 method where you use your little substitution and thing. So you make t the subject of the formula here. You'll say t is equal to x minus 2 over 3. And then you substitute it into this equation. So you have y is equal to x minus 2 over 3 to be squared plus x minus 2 over 3 minus 6. Such an annoying little question. So you want to multiply everything by 9. That's how you get the 9 on that side, people. If you multiply everything by 9, you get 9y is equal to x minus 2 squared. The reason we multiply by 9 is because the denominator here is already 9, 3 squared, right? X minus 2 squared plus x minus 2 by 3. My phone only vibrating, people must be sending me questions. This I don't multiply by 9 to, I just say that 54. And I guess you need to boil this down and you'll eventually end up there. And feel it to go through all that extra work. And you will be in a gear. Negative 4x plus 3x, so you get negative x, and you'll get the same thing like this now with 2 being squared and the extra 2 by himself, and this will end up being negative 56. Yeah, so that should work. But you know 2 methods to do this now. It's always good to have 2 methods to do the question. You see the arrow thing hit me. Alright, let me see who was trying to send me something now. Oh my gosh, this is pure maths. This is not maths, this is not maths. This is pure maths. So, alright, another tricks question. Do this one just now? What question like this just now? What value of theta 0 to... Alright, so people who send in questions, could send questions to this number here. You could send questions to that number there. Don't send me no past paper, send me a question if you want me to do a question. And it must be module 2. I mean module 2 right now. What value of theta satisfies? I feel like I do this with AdMath students. This is AdMath, satisfies the person who's sent me this. They sent me this last night too. Satisfy the equation 2 cos squared theta plus 3 cos theta minus 2 equals 0. I feel like I do the same exact question last night. Okay, these are the answers. Pi on 6, B pi on 4, C pi on 3. So let's start to think of a method that we can use. Pi on 2. Right here, there's my light switch that's coming out in the background there, because this is a blue wall, but it's filtered out now. Anyhow, so pi on 2, ting. So what method we could use here, boy? What value of theta? Alright, straight up, just substitute. If they bring this question, just whip out your calculator one time. They don't even stick. Just whip out your calculator one time and start substituting these answers into the equation. Maybe doing the quadratic might be faster if you have to do, like, if you end up substituting all to test it out, doing the quadratic faster. But other than that, they literally give you the answer. So alright, so the chat is saying that C is the answer. So I'm going to put, I feel like I do the same, or a question just like this then. 2, and I put it in brackets because I'm going to put cos theta and pi on 6, right? Pi on 3, sorry, you all said C is the answer. And when you're squaring something, when you're squaring it, you need to square the whole thing just like this. Right? So this means 2 cos theta to be squared. Plus 3 by cos of pi on, and I mean you do much faster than this if you're using your fingers, like using a mouse and a thing, and annoying. Make sure you're in radians. Only do one make the little, and you get 0. So it works out to give you 0. So, and I do the same thing last night? Yeah. So the answer is C. Now the proper method to do questions like this, to bring a question like this, the proper method, if you was doing it to paper 2 and you didn't have answers to substitute and rush the answer from. Alright, here comes questions. Nice, I get a vector question, a function question. I'll tell you when to ease up with the questions there. Or you could still send in some. What do I want to say here? The way that they'll want you to do this is like, some people is 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0, and you factorize. One of them would make sense. If you have problems factorizing quadratic still, well, you shouldn't really be doing pure maths, but you could always factorize. You could always factorize your quadratics on the calculator. I'm just showing it in case we have new people out here. Mode equation that 2 enter 3 enter negative 2 enter boom, you get a half, you get negative 2. Negative 2 can't work, so you need to use a half, and you'll end up with theta is equal to the cos inverse of a half, which is 60 degrees. It's the same exact. This is 60 degrees. Pi and 3, right? You can't use negative 2 because cos don't ever reach down further than negative 1. That's outside. Yeah, so that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Let me do this question this person sent me. Get some more, get some more. Alright, feel like I've never seen a question like this before, but here we are. F and G defined as f is f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. Alright, this is a composite thing, and g of x is x squared. Or you have the domains as well. The composite function gf can only be formed if the domain of f is restricted to g of f. The domain of f must be restricted to. So this question has some thinking involved. Yuck, not the thinking. A0 x1 B0 x3 C0. Where you get this question from, man? You went back in the archives for this question. 0 x21. So you could only form g of f, the composite function, if you restrict the domain of f to 1. So let me think. They're saying that this domain must be 0 to 3, which means that the values that we get out of this can only be 0 to 3. You catch where you're coming from. This, I just trying to hack the question for you, right? In terms of thing. When you go into that pure maths exam tomorrow, don't be locked in a formula. Be fluid like water. Allow yourself to think about all the maths that you consume over the last 16, 17, 18 years of your life. So f of x, the range of values must fit into this domain. G of x can only happen if the domain of f, that's what they're trying to say in this question. Let me just make sure. The composite function gf can only be formed if the domain of f is restricted to, and you don't want to, and it's not this answer most likely. Somebody say I've seen this already. Yes, I've seen this. Oh, tomorrow? Wednesday, sorry. Sorry, I can't skip beat the damn thing. When is the exam? Earlier, I think maths is tomorrow. That's why I see you tomorrow. Wait, everybody like tomorrow. Sorry about that. That was a bad slip. Yeah, what are we trying to say? So the output of the f must be the input for the g. So all we need to do is test out numbers and see which one. Like if we put 0 in here, we get 1. Okay, fine. 1 can be accepted. But if we put 2 in there, we get in, oh, what is this? The domain of f must be restricted. If I'm putting 1 in there, I'm not getting a good answer. That's all the options there. 0 to 1, 0 to 3, 0 to 10, 0 to 21. How about like 0.9, 0.9 of 2 less than 3. 2, 0.9, 1 by 2. Easy answer. I didn't see no answers coming in. Where the answers, boy? Now let me tell you why I choose A as the answer. If I let a number go inside this that is greater than 1, it would not be able to answer the output that I'm getting from. Alright, remember composite functions look like this? F of x, you have your input, you have your output, and the output of the f of x now becomes the input for the g of x, and the output is here, right? So this is in the form g f x, where whatever is coming out of this needs to go into the g. So if I have, the question is saying that there's g of x, the domain of f must be restricted for g of x to happen, for this to occur. We will need to restrict the domain keep in mind this question in case there's something like this. You need to restrict this domain down to between 0 and 1. 0 could work. If I put in 0 here, this will turn to 1, and 1 can be accepted into this domain. But if I put a number like 2 here, it will turn to 4 plus 1 is 5, and 5 can't fit yet outside. If I put the number 1 itself here, this will be 2 plus 1. This still can't fit it outside. So 1 itself cannot fit. Anything less than 1 could fit. Because remember it says it must be less than 3. It can't be equal to 3. So 1 can fit. Anything less than 1 could fit. Anything between 0 and 1 is okay. So the answer is actually A. This could come for CXC maths. This could actually come for CXC maths. This could actually come for CXC maths, but everybody in CXC maths will get it wrong, but I mean it's part of the CXC maths syllabus, so they put it as a pure maths question because it's a little technical to think on. Now we see our next question that I'm getting sent here. My phone only vibrating, let me see. Pull up any questions. Alright, keep sending questions, keep sending questions. People send questions in the request section of my Instagram too. And you all the new people, don't forget to press like on the video and don't forget to share the video. You can send questions directly to this WhatsApp number here. Trying to draw arrow. Why is this not okay? Yeah, that WhatsApp number down there, or you can send it to my Instagram. Alright, so vectors question now. We have OP and we have OQ. Our vectors are two vectors such that OP is equal to something. I feel like all these questions are like where these questions R minus S 2R plus 3S. Given that OP is perpendicular to OQ, then what is R dot S? Right? And these are your options. RS? RS is the option, right? That is the answer. 6RS. Alright, so you have two vectors. They are position vectors because they start from the origin. What time is this live over in or ending? No one knows. Not even I know. I just go until I'm tired. So maybe you might be able to do a good bit of module 2 questions. Maybe I might go into some module 3 questions. I already do module 1. I already do a lot of calculus on this channel. I already do all of trigs on this channel for pure maths. So I'll have everything to revise from if you need help. Anyhow, let's just keep rolling. When vectors are perpendicular to each other, the dot product must be equal to 0. So R dot S must be equal to 0. So 0 must be equal to the dot product there. What is really happening out here, buddy? Well, I don't know. Yo, so yeah, bless up everybody who just passing through. This is not a vector in IJ format. So since it's just giving you RS, you should be able to multiply them just so. Is that correct? Should be able to multiply them just so. So it should be R minus S 2R plus 3S. must be equal to 0. Alright, I'll look at roll up on the questions now. Are full. Alright, everybody saying is A. I just stumped out why it is E. One is R minus S, like the logic behind it, 2R plus 3S. And the dot product of this. So R dot S. Alright, let's try. Okay, so we have R minus S by 2R plus 3S must be equal to 0, and you'll end up with 2R squared minus 3S squared. And like, I don't understand the logic of this. Minus plus 3RS minus 2RS. So at the end of the day, ending up with RS equal to 3S squared minus 2R squared, which is E. But why? Like, I can't really think of a reason why, like, RS is supposed to be like two smaller vectors or something that combine to give you OP. This is a question you just had to do this way. Anybody have another way to do this question? Yeah, that go work. Alright, so A is the answer. Let me get some. Let me see some other questions that are popping up here. Somebody sent a poem. Are you serious, right? Here's the next question. For n is a member of integers, the general solution. So general solution question of root 3 sine theta minus cos theta is equal to 0. I'm doing CSEC maths at around 7. So all these CSEC maths people touching in. So for n is a member of integers, the general solution for this is what? Yeah, I do real CSEC maths too. Apart from the lives that I do, I mean, most of the videos on the channel is CSEC maths. So in the meanwhile, you could just watch videos from now till exam. Oh, let me get the options. The general solution A n pi plus pi and 6. I keep forgetting to write the answers. B n pi plus pi and 3. So this general solution thing is pose a problem. Not as much people is sending questions to my Instagram in pure maths as much as like maths and maths and thing. But when they send in questions, it's normally be a general solution question. So I know this is a topic that kind of pose a threat to students. Yeah, all the people who doing maths or maths and they're strolling here and they're like, yo, not my thing. We'll back out, we surely best. Don't forget to press like when you're going to. Let your view be counted. Someone says A. Why is it chat if you could do this question or if you feel confident in questions like this? You all want me to explain general solution or just do the question and roll out? Let me know. There's a delay in the chat, right? So that's why sometimes I pause waiting for the answer. Somebody sent an answer, a question on Instagram. Somebody sent an alpha beta question on Instagram. Oh, the infamous alpha 2 alpha 3 alpha style question. I do one like this in the last pure maths live that I did. Well, for do it or just roll out or are they good with this or what? So my thing with this question, I bring tan theta into the dance now. So I would bring across the cos. I would try my best to make this one thing now. So I would probably make this tan square root 3 sine theta equal to cos theta. And that's what I'm thinking. So in the end I'll end up with sine theta or cos theta is equal to 1 over root 3. So tan theta is equal to that. So theta is equal to the tan inverse of that. So essentially what I'm finding is the general solution for that. Explain? Alright, so let you go through some general solutions. So you need to remember that with trigonometry, when you find the sine inverse of an angle, like if I say find the sine inverse of a half, sine inverse of a half on your calculator, shift sine inverse, come out of that mode. Shift sine inverse of 0.5 pi and 6. Pi and 6 is 30 degrees. Right? So sine inverse of a half 30 degrees or pi on 6, whatever in. Now if we really think about it though, since sine is a continuous, so I find that one was good and I delete it. Sine is a continuous thing. Now I can't get back a good one. This gotta work. So copy, paste, boom. There are going to be some more occasions where this occurs. Because I was telling the maths crew yesterday, this is the sine curve. Just a little tiny piece of thing. That's the sine curve. Every other part is just a repositioning of that. So if I put a mirror image here, I'll get that to show up there. And then there's the same curve just showing up in 4 different quadrants. That's where we get the whole quadrants from. So once I find the sine inverse of a half, let's say this is a half, this is 1, max, and I get my 30 degrees here. There are unlimited solutions for this. Another solution is going to pop up here one time. General solution. So you don't even be answering our questions. What question you asked? Takesha. What time you yeah, answer that question, Takesha, a long time, 7 o'clock. And then lose it cool. And you can make an mash a big computer. Right, so there's a next solution that's coming up right there. And we need to find a solution is thinking in terms of quadrants. So you have your 30 degrees here. So next solution will be 30 degrees less 180 degrees. Because this is your 180 coming up here, or your pi, if you're in radians. So next solution would be 150. And then there's more solutions to come. We can't use these solutions because these solutions negative. We don't want negative a half. We want positive a half. So there's more solutions and there's endless solutions. So once you limit a domain, you'll have specific solutions. But if you don't have a domain, you have unlimited solutions. So you create something we call the general solution. What have it as it in your textbook? The general solution for sine, cosine, and tangent. Where you going? Buddy. Whew, I'm really hungry, boy. I'm just trying to find this thing quickly. Right, so the general solution for like sine is, well, x would be equal to n pi plus negative 1 to the power of n alpha. And n is, obviously, for cos x, this is plus or minus 1, 2n pi. I want to explain this for you too, so you can feel a little comfortable with it in case they bring something different. Why are they looking so weird? Same, and I even going on, but there is n is a member of z. Well, you know it's integers going up, right? And the next one is n pi plus. This is general solution for sine, this is general solution for cos, this is general solution for tan. This is what we're going to use with our answer for the question, but we're coming back to that. So how does this work? Let's look at sine. So what we're saying, once you find your angle, our angle was 30 degrees, the next solution is going to be, let me say 2 times, alright, let me use the 1 first. 1 times pi, so you could, we are accustomed to thinking in 180 degrees, right? So I'm going to write it like that, 180 degrees minus 30, so you get 150. So you're able to figure out your next answer. You know why I get subtract? Because it's negative 1 to the power of 1. And when I let n be 2 now, it's going to be 2 pi 360, and it's going to be negative 1 to the power of 2, so I'm adding. So it's 360 plus alpha, 360 plus 30, and you can see that here one time. The next solution is going to be 360 plus the 30, and that's going to be 390. And the next solution is going to be 3 pi, but this time you're subtracting. And that's how we create the general solution. It's like a little formula thing there that works to pick up all the answers going down the road. So it will pick up this answer here. This first one is the alpha, your basic angle. And then it will pick up this one because you subtract. Then it will tell you go to 2 pi and add it on, add on the alpha. Then it will tell you go to this one and take off the alpha. And if you go again, it will go to 4 pi and you catch the pi. Same thing with this. You could spend some time and play around with this. When you do that, you understand it and feel more comfortable with it. You're able to ramful it in a question. No, I am not 8 times scope. Although I do watch that channel. Yeah, I would advise memorizing all of these things. Yeah, definitely memorize all these things. All your general formula. So you could just put it in. Any questions here? You all have specific questions on this? This making sense here? Press Y in the chat if this making sense. Rate how much you understand this out of 10. Out of 10. Sometimes the Y is not enough. Sometimes you need a rate out of 10. If you have a question, ask a question and I could expand on it some more, like a direction that will help you best understand it. So the general solution gives you an answer that covers all the solutions in pi forever and ever whole piece. In theta, sorry. So you have general solutions for sine, cos, and tan. So if I'm doing tan now for this, remember we're going back to the question. Where the hell the question is? So tan is the tan inverse of a turn. So you come in your calculator now and get the tan inverse of a turn, which I think you're supposed to know. Another 2 is 1 over shift tan inverse 1 and root 3. 1 and root 3 sounds so familiar, doesn't it? Not tan out that, the tan inverse. We messed up. We messed up big time. We tried to get the basic angle earlier. Understand what we're doing here? Basic angle. Trying to get the alpha. Pi and 6, 30 degrees. Nice. We're supposed to know that. And by we I mean earlier. So this is like the 30 degrees, but we're dealing in terms of that. So it's pi and 6. So you're just going to put pi and 6. And now you're supposed to recall back your tan formula for general. And the answer is just x is equal to n pi plus pi and 6. That's it. You're replacing there with that. And if you remember the tan curve, it would make sense. The tan curve looks like this. Let's make this pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, and 4 pi. The tan curve goes up to infinity like that. You get a kind of squiggle wiggle. Wait. By 90. They just make a little, by 90, right? Pi and 2. And then you do a kind of squiggle thing so, and then you do this. And then, well, this going up so, again. So that is your tan. So your tan is between real wildness. Real wildness with the tan. It's not supposed to curve down like that. It's supposed to just asymptote. It's not supposed to curve backward like that, but nobody really checking for that. Right, so you say you get 30 degrees here, right, as your answer, because you do tan inverse of some fraction, 1 root 3. Your next answer is going to come here, and then your next answer is going to come here, and then your next answer is going to come here. So what is the general formula for that? The general formula is after every pi, just add on the basic angle. After every pi, just add on the basic angle. So the general formula is n by pi plus the basic angle. So this is why this works for the general formula. So the answer is, I hope you have that answer there. Right, A. Okay, let me see some wise in that. If you understand that, don't forget to take a screenshot, share on your thing. The pure maths crew is much smaller than the maths crew. The maths crew is beyond kind of 1,000. How many of you are in the maths lives? Alright, boy, let me try these questions here. So we have P is equal to 2i plus j. Q is equal to lambda I plus 6j. What's the value of lambda if it's perpendicular? All you realize with vectors, you just bringing this perpendicular thing, they're not bringing no plane and cut and no thing, but learn it still just in case they bring a new question involving some kind of trick with that. They always just bringing this perpendicular thing, boy, right through. It'll be an old man and them CSEC will still be asking about perpendicular vectors. Subash from India, big up yourself. So those of y'all who are going to do Unit 2, which should be all of y'all, the chances of me doing a Unit 2 class, slim. Actually tell me Unit 1 class, I'm not going to do a Unit 2 class. But it all hinges on how much I have to do in September when school starts back, because we have big plans. I'll be doing lots of subjects, offering lots of subjects. Excuse. Should I enjoy your job, boy? Oh, I need answers. I keep writing down the questions and not putting no answers. -3. All of you all supposed to work it out and get the answer just so. What's the answer for this, people? If lambda is perpendicular, so you're looking at dot product. So P dot Q should be equal to 0 if you're perpendicular. So meaning 2 lambda, because it's multiply these now. 2 lambda plus 1 by 6, so 6 is equal to 0. 2 lambda plus 6 is equal to 0. Wait now, this is the levels we're dealing with out here, right? -3 is the answer. A. let me do our next one from this soul, yeah. Y minus, hey, no, it's not a question. What's this question? A locus question. Oh my god. Let me see. Px moves so that it is the same distance from point. The equation of the locus of P may be obtained by, alright, so Pxy moves so that it's the same distance from the point 1, 6 and 3, 2. The equation of the locus of P may be obtained by a... Alright, I think I forget how to do this. B C Anybody in the chat know the answer to this question? Anybody in the chat want to teach us this question? Do you not like the answer at all at all? Alright, so locus. So you have the locus, the variable point P, it moving around these points, so creating a locus. And you want the equation of the locus. I thought of a way to rush the question. Somebody didn't see for this question. To rush the question, you can, but this will take some time, but you can substitute points and x, y. Now this will take some time. Check out the distance now. Yeah, C actually looking like the answer because this is a distance formula. Which was my plan. That was my plan, to substitute points and work out the distance and make sure that all of them are the same distance. So I was here all along doing pure maths. Pure maths is for CAPE. If you're here and you're not doing CAPE pure maths, upper 6, lower 6, sorry, this is not your spot. Wait till 7 o'clock, I'll come in with some CSEC maths. What is it? But I want to give you all something substantial with this. Loci is always x plus c distance. d1 is equal to the root of x plus c plus y squared. Something like that. It's a while since I do this, so they'll forgive me for that. Somebody get ready for me line in the chat. The same distance from... Alright, let me just work it out with like common sense there. So it's the same distance from this point as it is from this point. So if you're looking in terms of that distance from a point, you know the distance of a line is root x minus x1 to be squared plus y2 minus y1 to be squared. Pythagoras formula. How you used to find the length of a line. So the length of the line connecting this point and the random xy point must always be the same as the length of the line connecting the random xy point with the other focal point, 3, 2. That making sense? So it's like the root of x minus a to be squared plus y minus b to be squared must be the same, and this is a1, b1. The root of x minus, I don't know if there's a formula your teachers just give you, but this formula could work, plus y minus b2. So you're not to do if they give you this kind of question now. Where a1 and b1 are the roots, are the center, the focal point, a2, b2. The points that you're drawing locus from, the equidistance. You get some wise in each other for them understand now. So, alright, maybe I should draw it for those who don't quite catch it. You have 2 points, and you always wanted to keep the same distance from the 2 points. The curve is always the same distance from the 2 points. I don't know what kind of curve you're setting up to draw. It's always the same distance from the 2 points. So for that to occur, I now add a random xy point here. And this is like a1, b1. And this is like a2, b2 in my formula. The distance of these lines, this line, the distance to find this line must be the same as that line. So you're just using the formula for distance of a line, which you should know. Root of x2 minus x1 to b squared plus y2 minus y1 to b squared. That's how you find the length of a line. But just replace it with x and y and a and b. And this line must be equal to that line. Enough of that. Now we do our next question. The expression, we're back in trigs, our favorite, cot x plus tan x, a small identity in the dance. They wouldn't have a big identity where they work out a long thing, just a small identity. This is equal to what? Right, my iPad's starting to give away. 2 cos x, again, real long, but I need to think for the day. Do we have a way to eat? One of those days where you wake up tired, go to church tired, falling asleep in the preaching, all kind of thing, come home, just turn on the computer and start teaching. And last night I was doing the same thing. So Israel grind. Unit 2 pure, if I remember correctly, I mean, I didn't teach Unit 2 pure in 3 or 4 years. The last person I teach Unit 2 pure finished university already. So I'll keep the chat in English. I know we have lots of people from India and thing here, but you know, God is love. Sine x plus cos y, sine x cos sine x minus cos x, sine x thing. Always do this question, everybody saying A, everybody doesn't say A for this question. Cot x tan x, so what we're gonna do here, boys, let me put on a little performance here now, so we're gonna be like cos x over sine x plus sine x over cos x sine x cos x, hit them a cos squared x here plus a sine squared x there. What do you put the answer? 2 cos cosec. Yeah, I think so. So this will end up being 1 over sine x cos x 1 over sine x cos x, 1 or 2. Sine cos thing by cos squared plus sine squared x. I feel like I did this question a couple of days ago. No, this is Unit 1 pure math. This can be CSEC math for tomorrow. No. How much people come in and say that? I'll just, next time I can tell the person, yeah, this is CSEC math. You know this topic? You better start studying. Nah, that's not right to do, people. That's not right to do, people. How does this work again? Sine x cos x. What is sine 2x? What what is sine 2x? Two sine x cos x. So let me take this little bit of information and just do the rigmarole. Sine 2x is 2 sine x cos x. So if it was that I invert this, I'll end up with 2 over sine 2x is equal to 1 over sine x cos x. So 2 over sine 2x is actually 2 cosec, because sine 1 over sine cosec 2x, and that's why I ending up with this a all the time. I feel like this identity is be tested every year. Cot x plus tan x, and it's had these answers here waiting for you or something like that. But the best answer to go for is A. Let's start going and just get more and more hectic. How much more hours do you feel like they could go for? How much more minutes? How much more minutes? Alright, so that was them questions. Let me get some more questions. I wrote a poem. How was it? Yo, I'm in the middle of a live right now, but this poem is real kicks. And then this poem. I had this common code bring a site as a notification pops up. I know I'm about to write. Listen how he explains each topics. I pay keen attention to each topic. He go live, reply to text that even been tagged in posts. Make me feel confident that he is the big host. How is this? This poem is just kicks. Anyhow, people sending poems and things by. Let me come back to that chat later. I remember that chat. Alright, 784. 784 is what country? 784 in the house. Let me do their question. If this mixed with differentiation, but we can take it, is equal to sine x. Actually, this makes it integration. Then f of x. Okay, I do this question last night. Again, is equal to. Wait now, I feel that some advanced people in here sneaking in some questions. 754, what it is they doing? What country? Country is 754. St. Vincent. I'll pick the answer there quick and let me move forward with life. Let me see if 754 any other thing to offer. Let's look up 868 Trinidad. A graph question. I'll draw one star graph. You use substitution for this or for this. That's not right. Let me go back. Yes, you can use substitution. Pure maths. I think I sit down and do some questions with it was a private class with somebody. And like out of 45 questions, maybe about 35 of them you could just ratchet with your calculator by just substituting numbers with the answer and see which one works. You have no reason not to get at least 40 out of 45, maybe even 44 out of 45 in these questions. 45 questions is bringing. So if you substitute 45, I would recommend not to substitute that unlike 45, because sometimes it might work for separate ones. That's 45 is 2. So I would choose an angle like a little weird angle, like maybe 33 or something, or 42 or something, and substitute the angle into this, get what number it is, and then see which one of these corresponds to the number. Anytime they bring an identity, right, which is why they don't bring proofs and they don't bring identities, because if you bring a proof or identity, all you need to do is a trial and error and figure out which one works, which one is the proof, right? And when they bring identities, they try to hide it in a kind of way. or just bring a simple thing. So this is just really easy. So this is we're gonna go from the differentiated form into the normal form. So you're gonna go, it's like we're going from dy dx into y. So we integrate in the sine x, and if we integrate sine x, you're gonna get negative cos x plus c. So the answer is A. Next question. So the next question, I'm gonna do some drawing. So I just hold on while I draw this here. Lubia, what are we eating? One get something now? I don't feel like I could pass out. Now I want to know which one of the following represents this. F of x is equal to x1 minus x squared. So it's not obviously not a straight line. Any diagram that is a straight line, fail. Let me draw some more. Let me draw some more. That one curve going like this, there's another curve going like this, there's another straight line going like that. Obviously it's not a straight line because they're ending up with an x squared, so it's some kind of quadratic. So I just leaving out one time, and I don't even need to write numbers. I already know that this is the answer. Why I know that this is the answer? Because I'm seeing here that this is going to be x minus x squared. The coefficient of x squared is negative, so it must be a minimum point. So here it is. And the answer here is 0, 1, that is the roots, and if you substitute 0 there. So okay, we get our answer. 868 Trinidad, that's the question answer there. If you all need me to explain more, let me know. Nafisa, that's the max curve. Yeah, when it's time to eat, I go in and eat it. Alright, people really want to say this country. Shout out to a country you're from now. Let me take a little time, shout out to a country you're from now. Well, you know my house always have cricks in, so if push comes to shove, we going down the line. Equation. You must get a couple questions on circles, maybe 3, 4. Equation of the circle, maybe just 2. With the center -3, 5, and radius. This is as straightforward as it comes. Radius 6, and you need to pick one. X squared plus y squared. Who is this person? Jamaica in the house. This question come from Jamaica. 876 is Jamaica, right? I'm feeling like it's a radio show and people calling in and sending the requests. Can I get this tune, please? Circle geometry. Can I get some vectors, please? Can you play vectors by CSEC? Plus 5 by a feather bright by a feather equals 0. Dx squared plus y squared plus 6x minus 10y plus 61 equals 0. Whew, which one? I keep saying pure maths is tomorrow. Pure maths is Wednesday. Countries like Trinidad and Antigua in Trinidad and St. Lucia. Yeah, Shania, you from in the show. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. What part of Trinidad, Shania from? I may call there, boy. Down in the bush, down there, boy. A deep south area. I'm not sure this girl live in Trinidad. I can't remember right now. Barbados, Antigua, Guyana. Caribbean, right? I love in my admins why they don't play, they just clean up one time. You type fake news, you're gone. Pure math. Tomorrow, unit 2. Really? Unit 2 pure math is tomorrow. I didn't indicate which unit is this again. I should have probably indicate that in the title. A is the answer you're saying. K pure maths unit 1. Nice. So now people ain't gonna waste the time thinking as unit 2. Circle radius 6 squared thing, bring it up, divide by 2, negative 6 plus 10, c. What is c? C is equal to x squared plus y squared minus r squared. Alright, let's try that. 3 squared. 9. Okay. Minus 6 squared minus 36. Yeah, 4. Negative. Yeah, A working out. A working out. A working out this, I get a negative 2. You get a 6 because you know it's be 2f, 2g. Well, negative 2f, negative 2g. Just ringing a bell. I don't feel like I need to do circle. I don't feel like I need to do the theory and this. And if I need to, I feel like this is not module 1 that I do. I explain all of this already on the last marathon. Anyhow, so yeah, so you'll end up with positive 6, negative 10. So none of these correct is you're fighting up with this. And then you work out your c by c is equal to, no. Yes, c is equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared minus r squared or something like that. So 9, 25, 6. And then up with 4. Let me just double check that. Why is it negative? Are you saying that formula correct? I don't really memorize formulas that much now. This is module 2. If there's anything that I just work it back out from the first. Are you going to do CSEC class later? Yeah, I'm going to do that class. 7 o'clock. Yeah, you can just say yeah for now, yes? Yeah, I can work on that. If anybody has any problems with that, just check in your textbook for the formula. So using your f and your g, and it's in this form. You know there are two forms you can have it in. You can have it in the x minus a x minus b squared equal r squared form, and you can have it in this Cartesian integral form here. That's enough talk. Let me do some more questions. So that was Jamaica question. Let me see who have questions now. Whoa, let's send anything. I am doing math 7 o'clock tonight on YouTube, so tune in then. We had Sierra already. I really don't want to call on names. The set of values k for the y is equal to kx minus 4. Y is equal to x squared minus 2x. Oh, yeah, I get this question a few times in my inbox. Get questions like this. Alright, so y is equal to kx minus 4 intersects the curve at two distinct points. I feel like somebody sent me this yesterday. Two distinct points. So maybe it's the same person. Well, not yesterday, but the day before, some kind of thing. So you want the set of values of k. where something like this will occur. So the set of values of k when this line would intersect the curve at two distinct points. Now there are a few things that could happen. Let's say you have the curve, the line can just miss the curve. The line can also touch the curve, and the line can intersect the curve at two distinct points. That's all that could happen. If the curve was a little wider, well, it could have intersected at 3 points at sometimes too. But the curve is x squared is a thing. So you want where this will occur? We're looking at a quadratic here, and then you're trying to solve the quadratic for real and distinct roots. So you'll equate the two. Kx minus 4 x squared minus 2x. You could always ask questions. So how long are we going for? Let me aim at a time now. Let me aim for 3 o'clock finish. But if the questions keep coming, I might go for longer. Kx, if we could go for 4, we could go for 5, we could go for 5, we can't go for 6. And sometimes, live and think that way. So 0 is equal to x squared minus 2x minus kx minus 4. And this could be read as, oh, you'll need the answers. They need the answers to show what you feel it is now. Don't forget, if you haven't yet watched it, to go and watch my old video, the part 1, this then, where I did module 1. Right now I'm just doing module 2 questions. And you can also, if you're struggling with trigs, go and watch my stuff on trigs. The video I do last time, I spent a good bit of time on logic. So if you're struggling with logic, you could go and understand everything that CSEC could possibly bring for keep in terms of logic. So which answer you feel it is? So you see, these are the tougher questions where they're giving you a range of values, and I think it's a little harder to take a calculator now and ratchet this question. A little harder. However, it still can be done. It still can be done. You can start substituting values in these sets of values here and eliminate them eventually. Like, see which one gives two distinct roots. But it's a little more challenging. It's not like a direct substitution walk away the answer, bim bam. Alright, so 0 is equal to x squared equal to x squared, and I want to put the coefficient in brackets. Minus 2 minus k in brackets. So it's almost like plus minus 2 minus k, or I could put it minus 2 plus k. Understand what I do? X. I hope there's the right thing. I feel like there's the right way to go in life. So x said minus 2 plus k, x minus 4. So I equated it to. So you know the video, yeah. Less than 0 means no intersection. Yeah. Your b squared is greater than 4ac. Yeah. Or b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. Discriminant, wherever you want to do it. I'm missing out anything here? Somebody tell me to go and eat? Yeah, coming soon. Okay boys, so you wonder b squared is greater than 4ac. So I'll put b squared minus 4ac must be greater than 0. So I'll form the quadratic one time now. So b squared, since it's negative here, that's going to eradicate wherever it is. So just write 2 plus k to b squared minus 4ac must be more than 0. So, woo, are you feeling tired? I just feeling a wave of tiredness. 4 plus 4k, 2 by 2 by k, plus k squared, plus 16 must be greater than 0. It's the calculator time to put down a work. K squared plus and again the answers for this, where's the solution set? Some people's plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Did I leave out something? Minus 4 AC, 4 1 plus 4 plus 4 AC b squared plus plus 4 here. Feel like I made this mistake back in the days too. Plus 4. Yeah, because this wasn't working out now. Negative 16. Thanks, chat. Always the best. You all are the best. Negative 4, 1, minus 4 AC, plus 4. Yeah, when I bring this across, plus 4. Alright, so this should work out now, so I end up with negative 12. Right, so now it's working out. Negative 12 plus 4k greater than 0. So whatever the roots are, I want it greater than 0. So I'm looking greater this way and greater this way. Less than the root this way and more than the root that way. And since you have the same roots right through, I don't need to work it out. It's going to be less than, it's not going to be this, it's not an intersection like that, it's not going to be this. Alright, I kind of need to work it out and see which one is negative. Are you telling me it's negative 2? Why people saying C? Which one it is? 2 and negative 6, 2 and negative 6. So if it's 2 and negative 6 is C. That is why people saying C. Alright, 2 and negative 6, C. So why some people say Shania? Shania, is that you with a B? And Nikki Lalchan. You want it when it's greater than 0, so you're looking for this area here at this joint. Just to recap this whole thing, because it has some numbers all over the place and you kind of how I do it a little crazy to follow. We had two equations, we equate them, we brought across the 4 and we made a mistake, it should be plus 4, right? And now you have a quadratic and you want the quadratic to give you two distinct roots, two distinct points. So b squared minus 4ac must be greater than 0. You set up this situation. Put in b. I think the hardest thing was to get this b is 2 plus k, right? Because you have the c in this here, negative 2x minus k. But in all, it's negative 2 plus k. Negative, open brackets, 2 plus k. And you just substitute, form your quadratic and solve your quadratic inequality. To solve a quadratic inequality, sometimes I have so much stuff on YouTube on this, I feel like I doesn't need to do it again. You go through, you go ahead and solve this, so you have like a k squared plus 6k minus 2k minus 12 is greater than 0. So k into k plus 6, negative 2. So k minus 2, k plus 6. So k is either equal to, your roots will turn out to be negative 6 and 2. So now you want the situation where it's less than negative 6 or more than 2. Oh, Ellie, what is it doing? Alright, let me do our next question. We going, we rolling. And also this person didn't stick, this person get a question answered chat. But the next question, why is on that chat? Do this question one time, bro. Alright, the curves intersect at 3 points, the y coordinate. Alright, this one should be really easy. Y squared is equal to x plus 7 and xy is equal to 6. And they're saying that they intersect at 3 points. And the y coordinates of these points. I feel like back in the days they used to ask a question like this, but ask what is the x coordinates. So so the only y coordinates of the points of intersection. Method. Method. Oh, these are ages. There's the ratcheting long way to do it. There's a long way to do it where you can, alright, they give you the answers, let me write the answers and then they forget again. You can take these answers and substitute them into easy equation. I feel this might actually be shorter ways. And you're looking for the, like when you're substituting in this case, the first thing I would substitute is a number like 7. So I know that will eliminate, alright, now I'm going to substitute the 3. So I'll eliminate that and that one time and then I'll try for 7. You understand? If the 3 work, well then I'll try to see the differentiation with which one. You understand what I'm saying now? Alright, enough talk. So intersects at 3 points y coordinates. So what I would do if I'm doing a shortcut method is take the 3, put it in here. When y is equal to 3, x must be equal to 2, right? Now I'm going to try out the 3 and the 2 here and see if it works. So 3 squared is 9 and 2 plus 7 is 9, so the 3 is working, so it must be one of these two answers. You understand what I just do? Then let's try with the 1 because only this have 1 by itself. So I'm going to put when y is 1, x must be equal to 6 for this to be true. And 6 here and 1 there doesn't work, so it's not this. So the answer must be A. And I do that in my mind. So that question, that's the best way to do this question, just straight up substitution. I'm going to show you the next way. So substitute the y coordinate in one of the equation, get the x value, and then see if those two values stand true in the next equation. And if it stands true in the next equation, you're cooking ram cake gas. This one, they ask it a little more tricky, so you can't just use a straight up substitution. You won't be able to solve the answer that easily. Now you can substitute still in this, like for example the answer we got was, I think it was C. You could try values like -7 and see if you're getting two distinct roots, two distinct points, two answers now. That will take some time. So that will take some time. So better just do that one the correct way. But this substitution go through. Equate them, transpose for 7, then plug in values. That's the same thing I say to do in a longer way. Lord, the ratchet. Multiple choice for pure maths is ratchet. You need to accept that. Otherwise, if you go ahead and take in your time and okay, let's make this the subject of the formula, y is equal to 6 over x, then I'm going to put 6 over x to be squared here is equal to x plus 7, and go through all of that, solve that down, get your points. Nobody has no time for that. Who has time for that? Literally no one. Just substitute the values now. God is love. Alright, that was 246. 246 is what country, right? And let's see. Another Jamaican 876. Another general formula, general solution question. So we have cos 2 theta is equal to cos pi on 3. This question, written really ridiculous, but it's very simple. So you want the general solution. General solution of theta. Damn, so you're a genius. Yes, brother, make me feel like a boss. Pop scholar. Equate them, transpose that, read all of that. General solution here now for of theta. This is actually the answer. The cos of pi on 3. Cos of pi on 3. Half. Cos of 60 half. 60 is the half for pi for cos, and is the root thing for sine, right? So cos of pi, so this is 60, so alright. So you want 2 theta is equal to the cos inverse of a half. But the reason I'm saying the answer for this is the answer because the cos inverse of half will make you land back down in pi and 3. You understand what I'm saying? So you end up with 2 theta is equal to that. So it's how you have cos on both sides, you can just 2 theta is equal to pi and 3. You don't need to go through all of that. So right now we are 2 theta is equal to pi and 3. So theta is... Wait, there's a little trick in this. Oh, let me put the answers. Let's put the answers. A, B, C, D. So we know we're dealing with the general solution for cos. And if you just touched on, I explain general solution. I feel like I explained it pretty good. At least if you kind of know what you're doing. You will just watch that back if you missed it. Pick an answer. So sometimes I'm trying to remember, we're gonna say like this is our angle, our basic angle, substitute an equation, then divide everything by 2. Rather than putting pi and 6 and then setting up yourself. So we're gonna put theta, the basic angle is pi and 3, right? Because that's the solution we get. And then we want 2 theta. So then you divide everything by 2. You divide your whole general solution and take a divide by 2 for the team. So let's go back to the general for cos. Where are you? Where are you? That's one of the first things I do. I lost it. Oh, look them here. So this was sine, this is cos, this is tan. So that we copy cos and bring them along. Come along, man, come into the future, man. Bloop, tap, boom. So there is cos. So we know we're dealing with 2n pi plus or minus pi and 3 instead of the alpha. That's your basic angle now. So see how simple it is, and then we're going to divide everything by 2. So n pi plus or minus pi on 6. We're looking like that. N pi plus or minus pi on 6. C is the answer. Why is in the chat if you understand this? Let's do another one. The questions just keep coming. Hey! This person sent real questions, right? I feel like I do the intersection question just now. Okay. This is a new style of question that I didn't touch yet, so I definitely want to do this. X minus 3 to be squared over 16 plus y plus 4 to be squared over 9 is equal to 1. And they want you to figure out which one of these represents the parametric equations. you have to take out the 2 over Veronique, because remember we divide everything by 2. So the 2 here gone. So what you do is when you reach this stage, just let that be a basic angle, solve your general solution, and then if it's like a 2 there, divide everything by 2. That's the way to do it. Let's always do it out here. Negative 3 plus 4 sine t. Y is equal to 4 minus 3 cos t. B is equal to x 4 minus 3 sine t. Right now, one thing I'm saying is enough of this, bro. This is enough. This is enough. If you don't feed us, we would not write. Y is equal to negative 4, negative 3 cos t. C is equal to x is equal to 3 plus 4 sine t. Negative 4 plus 3 cos t. Oh yes, Lord. D is equal to x equal to negative 3. Negative 4 cos t. Where you get this question from, boys? Mr. Jamaican. I hope you all get these questions from legitimate sources. And let's go forward. The way of this parametric equation is we can make sine and cos the subject of the formula, square it up, and that's it in the dance day. So you have to do backwards to get it now. So just let me think a little bit there. We thinking. The number on the online to be that number, the number on the top of be that number, right? So like this negative 4 here would end up being 4 squared, so you're telling me this is the cos, so take away 3. So that looking good, and that looking pretty good to me. This can be negative because when it come back it will turn positive. So when it go backwards it will turn positive. So it turn plus 3. Some people don't understand what they are talking about right now, but I'm going to explain it. So it will turn plus 3. So this can work. This can work. Yes, correct. I need to look for plus 3. Plus 3. Okay, so this is going to be the sign then. Plus 3, 4 come across. Okay. Plus 4 bring across the square, right? So how these things work is like as x minus 3 divided by 4 is equal to sine t. I just rearrange. And then x minus, well, plus 4 divide, well, not x, y. Y plus 4 over 3. No, not over 3. Yeah, over 3 is equal to cos t. Now it's still not looking like that, but it ain't done yet. You see sine squared plus cos squared equal 1. That's how you get this 1 here. So now you're saying this squared plus that squared is equal to 1. It's how you're creating a parametric equation using trigs. So this is how it's created. This is like what they teach you when they now start teaching you how to do this from first principles and things. So x minus 3 divided by 4, square it up, and you're seeing this pop here. So the best way to do this question is to just reverse engineer the solutions, or you could start up from here too. You can let this be equal, but it's kind of hard to know which one is the x and which one is the y. So it's best to just go with these solutions, like what I do, and start eliminating. So just pick a random one. I talk. Write the choices very quick. Yep, that's correct. This is the best way how to do this. What I just do there, best way to do it. Make sure you understand what I just do. Just under the topic of parametric equations. Alright, that is enough of this Jamaican questions here. Another Jamaican, is the whole of Jamaica inside here, boy. P is equal to 2 sine squared theta plus 2 cos squared theta. What kind of long crazy question is this way? Minus tan squared theta. Then Once again, is that identity. What did I tell you can do with identities? Mizar still have the sentence right. Reach the answer quick, right? 2, 4, excuse me. C is equal to, so you just put in a random value for theta and see which one will come now. Just remember, if you're doing cut is like 1/10, right? Nobody didn't know you don't even know identity in your life, but you could do the question. Which is why multiple choice identities don't work. Giving you identities in multiple choice don't work because you can always reach the answer. So it seems like when you put in an answer, any angle you put in, you will always just rule out with a 2. Now we check and see, because everybody's saying the answer is 2. Let's see if I put in still in radians. Everybody like to write in degrees normally. So it'll be 2 sine squared we just make it 20 and then plus 2. I already fed up writing already. Now if I was doing this on a calculator, it would be banana cheese. Oh yes, Lord. You know, could I just go right here and go once and come back there and then do so and come back there. Oh, right, nice. Sec squared. Here is sec squared by cosec is tan. This is like 1 over. It's taking some time to click here, boy. I can square this? Yeah. 1 over cos. Where's the thing I'm using? 20. Cos 20 to be squared. Hopefully they do that properly and I know come and parallel them later on. And tan 20 also to be squared. I feel like if I just drop a square there, it would do it properly now. But I'm paranoid. Let me just make sure that they do the right thing. That's not what I want, bro. I want you to be in our brackets. And then I want a big bracket on the outside here. Boom. It's not working. 2 sine squared 20 plus 2 plus 2 cos 20 squared 1 over cos 20. Now we check and make sure that they square this thing properly and they didn't square the 2. Alright, minus tan. Well, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I've got 2 there. It should be 20. 2, right. You put that 2, it should be 20. So the cos 20 didn't time. Alright. That should just take like 5 seconds on a calculator if you're good with your calculator, right? Clicking, it takes time. So the answer is 2. So once again, you write your question and you plug the answer very quickly. Instead of going and, let me just do it the other way just in case somebody may not have a I don't know, a calculator or something. We're not feeling to do this. We are not feeling to do this. So sine squared over cos squared theta. This is real things out here, man. I feel like you actually was supposed to use that method we just used. And then I feel like I do this question before already too. Minus 2 sine to the power 4. So this question not pretty. Everything will end up with cos underneath cancel off with all the sine squared. You're going to get 2 by sine squared theta plus cos squared theta. Something like that you're going to end up with. Are you me going through this now? Doing pure math without a calculator is true. Should we go through this? Why isn't it that we should do this? 2 sine squared theta thing with my finger where I can make a mistake and thing like 2 cos squared, that one will cancel, so you'll just end up with a 2 here plus 2 minus sine squared minus 2 sine squared theta. Let me just verify. That by that give you that. That by that give me that. This by that give me the 2. That by that give me the sine squared. Alright. Hopefully you got it. Somebody said, no. Wait, sir, what are you doing? Just factorize it. Just factorize it into 2. And the second bracket is equal to 1. Oh, yeah, that's you're smart. You're smart. You're smart, Ellie. I would end up with the same thing too now, eh? But take out the 2, get the 1 here. This is also 1. Oh. Is it? That is also 1, so you get 2 by 1 by 1 and you get 2. Just remind me when I was doing identities and the answer right in front of me, but I complicate it. Just factor on 2. You get 2 sines. Yeah. You're all correct. So you get 2 by 1 by 1 answers for your money. But you could also, actually, yeah, that's the fastest way to do it. Or you can actually substitute. More questions. Elena for the people, Emily. Another general solution. You see, general solution is the most troublesome question for people. Sine 2 theta is equal to sine. You realize this is the same concept. So 2 theta is equal to pi on 6, and the general solution for sine, what do you get it was? N pi plus negative 1 to the n alpha, something so. So you're just going to use that and then you divide by 2. So, oh, this one a little different. I want to write out this one. Just in case you see something like this happen and you get paranoid. They do it instead of doing it like this, they do 2 separate answers. Cool. We can live with that. So 2 theta sine theta is equal to 2n. It's going to take a little while to write out all these answers, people. Feel this might be it, you know. I'm going to take a peek back and see how much more questions I do from there. If I start to see questions repeating, you call that George. This question was problematic. This is the question I get all the time. I'm sure it have people in this very same chat here who said this question to me on Instagram or even WhatsApp. Let's keep going. C theta is equal to, so which answer is A, B, C or D? Here comes Ellie with the C. We done. So you all remember the general for pi, right? For sine, right? General solution for sine, and just write it down there. What it was? N pi plus, but you notice you're not seeing that. N pi plus negative 1 n alpha. General angle is pi and 6. Don't forget you had to divide by 2 in the end. So that is why C looking very delicious right now. C looking good and It's 16 there on the first one. A looking like trash. A looks like trash. B looking cool, maybe, but C and B looking tasty. C and B looking tasty. Alright, so you put in the alpha, you're going to get cut pi and 6. Now it has some consideration to take place here, because they decided they want to split it into two different ways. We ain't done yet, eh? In the end, you're going to end up with n pi on 2, because you have to divide by 2. Right? This whole thing I had to divide by 2. Remember, it's 2 theta you had here. And you'll have negative, plus negative 1 to the power of n pi and 6, pi and 12. You divide this by 2 as well. So this is telling me for every 90 degrees something is going to happen. Okay, let me just examine it so you feel comfortable with this answer. So for every 90 degrees, when it's like 190 degree, when n is 1, so when it's 190 degree, you're going to have to take away pi and 12. So you're coming back at pi and 12 is how much, right? 180 divided by 12. 15. You're going to have to take away 15 degrees. And then, when it's 2, you're going to have to add the 15 degrees. Why, right? This makes no sense. Now we just consider this makes no sense to me. I'm going to consider the pi and 6 first. And n by pi plus negative 1 pi and 6. So what time is maths? We coming in with maths 7 p.m. When any people, yes, yeah, when the people in the chat answer, I believe them. Most times. So this one, every pi you're going back. So this one you went back 1. This one you went forward, back. And you just divide the final answer by 2. You get 2 situations taking place. Alright, so it's better to use this curve and then think of it after. I'll show you this and next way then. Let me try another way. So n pi plus negative 1 n pi on 6. Wait, I already have written there. Sorry for taking so long. When n is odd, this is the next method I'm going to try. When n is odd, it's going to be pi on 2, well, n pi on 2. This is always going to be take away pi on 12. One again, you divide by 2 here though. Sus. N pi and 2, general formula, n pi. This is sine. Everything working out with this? Yeah, and when n is... This is when n is odd. When n is even, it's going to be n pi on 2 plus pi and 12. I explained this in class already, you know, but I forget what I explained. 5 pi and 6 would be... 5 pi and 6 is the minus 1. Alright, so we have this. When n is even, remove the 2 because it will divide by 2. So we have this one. And this is the odd. Well, how we get that as the odd? Well, you remember this? Just put it in my back boy. So yeah, so 2n pi. What is it? 2n pi by 5, 12 pi. you see it's going to be, instead of subtracting, listen to me carefully. Yes, Bible explain it kind of way there. Instead of subtracting the initial pi and 6, what you could do is add 5/6 pi. That making sense? So instead of subtracting your pi and 6, you can add 5/6 pi onto an even number of stuff. So every other pi, you're going to be adding 5/6 pi onto it. But don't forget to divide by 2. That is how we get our next answer there. People dropping out. That's how we get our next answer there. So you have 2n pi multiplied by 512 pi. I think I had a video, I don't know if it is public or if it's the class video, where I went through and I did this a little more in depth, because I get this question before already. But the answer is indeed C. Hold up. C or B. N pi plus. B looking good. The answer is B, sorry. N pi, because remember I had to divide by 2, so I wouldn't have this 2 here. Plus this have a multiply. So this is good, but this is not good. This and this. So you have, for every even number, you're adding on, is either you're adding on 512 pi, or you're adding on pi and 12. Or it could have been, for the odd numbers, you're taking away 112 pi. That is it. How? Wait, why? Oh, okay. We're going to explain it some more. Alright, watch the curve, right? Remember the general solution thing I said before was, in this case, you get your general angle. The general angle was, I think, pi and 6. So here you're going to be subtracting pi and 6. So that's why the formula was n pi plus -1 n pi and 6. So when it's odd, you're going to end up subtracting. When it's even, like in this case, 2 pi, you're going to end up adding. When you come back to 3 pi, you're going to end up subtracting. Then you come back to 4 pi, you're going to end up adding again. But what the question did was express the answer in a piecewise form, in a even and odd form. So, but you're not seeing the answer. You're still not seeing the answer. If it's in an even and odd form, you should expect to see, for the even numbers, n pi plus pi and 2. For the odd numbers, n pi over 2, subtract the pi on 12. The reason why I have n pi over 2 and pi and 12 is because I divide everything by 2, right? Just to put out there. And because it's even numbers, the 2's cancelling. That's why you're ending up with no 2 here. Right, but you notice this don't have any odd answers in it. Another way we can get to this point, so you can get to this point by just adding only 5 or 6. Another way you can get to this point is subtracting. I'm sorry, that's the way you do it with the formula. You minus the alpha. Another way you can get it is adding on 5/6 pi. Think about it. If we subtracting 1/6 pi to get here, you can add on the 5/6 pi and reach there the same way. So what they're doing is basically getting these answers. Let me show you. They're doing it this way and then this way. And then they're doing it this way and then this way. So it's like they're starting off with this from the same point each time. So you're getting the plus pi and 12, remember I divide by 2 in the end. So it's another 2 here, divide by 2. Another 2 here, divide by 2. Because we put the 2 for even. Even ends. Why isn't the chat if that makes sense? I kind of explain this not too good. You're adding on pi and 12 here, and you're adding on 512 pi. in the end you divide everything by 2. Always do the final division by 2 in the end. This is the hardest one like this. Let me see if I have any more questions. If I have any more questions, I'll go. I say we finish in 3 and it's 3:17 because that question was just so terrible. Let's do this next question. Alright, I've seen enough y there to feel confident. Integral 2 4 f of x with respect to x is equal to 12. What is the value of the integral of 2 3? This is integration. This has nothing to do with module 2. You can see a little tricks hiding inside here. Yo! This is a strange one. F of x minus 1 here. Then with respect to x. Alright, yeah. Okay. Answers. Let me give you the choices. A is 2, B is 4, C is 11, and D is 12. Negative y. Alright, well, all you do is just watch back over that part. Make sure you understand to a degree, and then you know what to do if you see a piece or anything like that. You'll be able to just figure it out. Now you have to smell anything cooking so I can wait. But like Zion can't wait. Answer is 11. See what happening here. This is 12. So this is 2 to 3. And this is 3 to 4. So you gain maybe 12 and then you gain 3 to 4 with the extra 1 coming out. This is a scene. If you now this will come a little more trickier than this. They have one with where what is happening, but I can't remember what is happening. Oh, I don't think they use numbers. They use A and B. I never see that question. They use A and B and B and C or something like that. And then you had to rearrange it. And that question was vibes. Because then they had something like A is less than B is less than C. I think that question, somebody sent me that, I think I couldn't find the answer. Like my answer not in the answers. I don't know if the person sent me a wrong thing. Anyhow, so yes, that's correct. This is f of x. We're going good so far. But we still need to get the next little piece. So the next little piece from 3 to 4 came here. But you should also subtract 3 to 4 of 1. And normally you just multiply. Whoa! How they get 11 no boy? Right, yeah, it's 11. Normally you just multiply the 4 by 1 and you get x 4. But as if this was 0. But this is 3. This is 4. So this is like, you can actually integrate it and see. This is x 3 to 4. Right? So it will end up being 1. When you put in the 4, because the integral of 1 is x. So when you put in the 4, you get 4, when you put in the 3, you get 3, 4, take away 3 is 1. But like if this was 0, there's a question like this in add maths. With you end up integrating something like that. So if this was 0, the answer wouldn't be 1 still there. It will be 4 to 0 here. So it's 4 take away 0, the answer is 4. Just watch out for that. And they have the wrong answer waiting for in the solutions. So this whole thing here is the same 12 from before that they told you take away 1. So C is the correct answer. Nice. Let me see what else they have to be out here. That was Trinidad. Sine theta is minus sine alpha over cos theta plus cos alpha A. Once again, is an identity. So what you can do? Substitute a number. In fact, going to have to substitute two numbers. Yeah, but I feel like I need to eat, man. I ain't thinking straight. You can substitute the numbers to get the answer. To actually do this question, I would always start with the answer for this question. You use your half angle. Or double angle, tan of theta plus tan half. Kinda messy, right? Kinda messy. Let me substitute and see if substituting is the cleaner thing to do. Is it cleaner or quicker thing to do? Alright, so I'll try one of these first. Let me try the B. Tan $70 minus, let theta be equal to 70, let alpha be equal to 40. You really care about nobody out here. So the tan of 15 in the end, right? 2 minus root 3. 70, 40, 70, 30 divided by 2. So tan of, so you get 2 minus 3 as the answer. That's cool. So you want to see if the sine of 70, oh, there's another really tough question that someone sent that has a little rule in it too. Sine of 70 minus the sine of 40 all over the cos of 70 plus cos of 40 well, it was 2 minus root 3. So sine of 70 minus sine of 40, cos of 70 plus cos of 40, 2 minus root 3. Is this really the answer? 2 minus root 3. Yeah, boys. Yeah, boys. Yeah, so this is the answer. This is the answer. So you substitute some values and you walk away unscathed. If I do this the long way, by what's the fastest way to do this? Do I do it like this and then put it in all? I just can't remember the way to do it right now. Theta plus alpha. Substitution give the what's the you can just remind me the way to do this? Especially my class, my online class. The proper way to do this question. John will start. I suddenly remember that. Somebody said my one-to-one thing. This is many to one. C. Alright, and I see no more questions. Oh no, I see a question from Jamaica again. So take all the sine and the cos. Shania has left the chat. Take all the sine and the cos. What on the that sheet answer? Yes, bro. No, I'm teaching a class. I'm nearly finished. I'll come and play with you just now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I want to see if I remember how to do it. I remember it's something simple enough. It's not the big long thing that I was going to do just now. The substitution working sweet, but we could get this, man. We could get this. All you know it. Anil, come on, man. Ellie, Shania, Nafisa, something, please. Sine theta minus sine alpha. Wherever, yes, wherever. If I figure it out, I will just write it somewhere on my Instagram or something. If push comes to shove in an exam, I might have fight up and figure out something. The mean of 11 numbers is what? What? Somebody send me this. This is not pure maths. The mean of 11 numbers. I don't know the mean of 11 numbers. Is 7. One of the numbers is deleted. One of the numbers, 13, is deleted. What is the mean of the remaining 10 numbers? If you ever have a question like this is what you do. Why send me this question? 11 numbers by 7, so it adds up to 77. So take away the 13 from the 77 now. And now divide this by the new among the numbers 10. So the answer is 6.4. The same sheet is used for pure applying some trigs and differentiation. So I learned some things to guess and print, that's all I had. Alright. I don't see any new questions coming in. We will call that George. Somebody just say thanks. You call that George for today now? 3:30. How long will this live went for? 2 hours and 19 minutes. All best. Maybe I might jump back in it, and if I catch some energy, jump back in it and the module 3. But I feel like I do a lot of stuff. Check out the module 1. Between the module 1 and the module 2 lives, I must do how much questions? 30, 40, 50 questions. So, all you're in a nice place there. Hopefully people send me really great questions. So you all will be in a nice place. And the module 3, God will help all there. check out the channel. I'm sure I have some calculus stuff. I know my students have real videos to go back and watch and think too. So I expect to hear great things to keep saying tomorrow. Maybe I could come in tomorrow in module 3. That makes sense. Love and blessings till we meet again. Go and figure out how to do this question in the proper way, not just substitute it. Always have like 2 ways to do a question.